Good, y'all. Let's get into last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. We start the show off with CM Punk. CM Punk lies and says that Gunther is one of the best wrestlers in the world. We all know that's not true, but he is one of the most boring wrestlers in the world. Whenever Gunther comes out, the fans boo him. Honestly, who is a Gunther fan, bro? Somebody let me know in the comment section. Do you know anybody that is a Gunther fan, bro? Because I just don't get why this guy is World Heavyweight Champion again. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, Gunther interrupts CM Punk's boring speech and tries to talk, but the fans keep saying that he tapped out. You know what I'm saying? He tapped out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania, and it took forever for Gunther to start talking because the fans kept yelling that shit. So Gunther says that his ego is based on results and Punk's ego is based on the fans. Gunther says he's going to bully Punk at SummerSlam and he will never be world champ or the best in the world. Then he says at least at least CM Punk has degenerate fans chanting for him the rest of his life. I'm not going to lie, Gunther actually cooked on this promo when he did a good job, man. So shout out to Gunther for getting better at doing promos. Backstage, we got Stephanie Vaquer. You know what I'm saying? We got Stephanie's fine ass backstage. She says that Josie is her problem. Then Naomi interrupts her and calls her a newbie and says they will fight in Paris and she's gonna do what she couldn't do, and that's beat EU Sky. She says EU Sky was walking her like a dog. So next we got the jobber Rusev. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, this is what I be talking about why so many people don't watch wrestling anymore. Why the hell did Rusev come back to the WWE, bro? This guy has no fans. Nobody asked for him to come back. And then you let go of a guy like Braun Strowman, who's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Rusev has no fans, bro. I swear, like, whenever this guy comes out, he gets no pop from the fans. So we get a rematch with Rusev and Sheamus. Sheamus botched the move off the top rope. He ended up getting off the top rope. Then he went back up and he did his move, hitting Rusev outside of the ring. Then Rusev slams Sheamus on top of the announce table. Sheamus bride kicks Rusev after he tried to hit him with a shillelagh and wins the match. This was a good match. I just think that this match was way too long, bro. Like, this match felt like it was 2 hours long, bro. But other than that, man, Sheamus and Rusev, they always have good matches together. They seem to have very good chemistry together. And why not just make these guys tag team partners, man? Because they're both jobbers at this point in their career, right? So anyway, Dragon Lee and the new El Grande Americano, who is Chad Gable, they fight backstage. Who cares? Next, we got the New Day. They changed their theme song again, man. And I think that the New Day's new theme song is actually fire. I think that it fits them more than the last one. I like this new theme song for them, man. So we got a number one triple threat contender match for the tag team titles. We got New Day versus American Made versus LWO. I could care less who wins this match. LWO wins this match by pinning Kofi Kingston. Who gives a fuck, right? So backstage, we got Stephanie Vaquer again, and this time she's confronting EU Sky, and she basically challenges EU Sky to a match tonight. And EU Sky agrees, so they're going to be fighting each other tonight, which is pretty awesome, right? Their first match together was pretty dope. It ended in a no disqualification, and I'm guessing that this match will also end in a disqualification. Why? Because Triple H is boring, predictable, and he books the same matches week after week. I guarantee you guys are going to be right about that, right? So next, Becky Lynch, aka The Man, she actually does look like a man, comes out to cut a promo. She gets booed, and besides her theme song, bro, let's be honest, guys, Becky Lynch is boring as fuck, bro. The only reason people care about her is because she's Seth Rollins' husband, bro. Like, let's be honest, bro. Becky Lynch is boring as fuck, bro. She's boring. Bailey's boring. Lyra Valkyria is pretty cool, but she gets booked the same fucking matches every week. Anyway, she calls Lyra greedy for getting a chance at her title, and she's getting a tag team title shot tonight. So yeah, she's getting 2 title shots pretty much at the same time, and she says she's selfish, which I agree. Lyra Valkyria then comes out, and I gotta admit, man, this is the first time that I seen Lyra Valkyria, and I was like, damn, Lyra Valkyria look kind of sexy tonight, bro. Like, I don't know if she been eating a lot of Chipotle, maybe she been doing a lot of squats, but Lyra looked pretty good tonight, bro. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. Becky says that after she wins SummerSlam, Lyra can never challenge her again for her title. Lyra accepts the terms, and she says, but it has to be no countouts or disqualifications. Becky agrees. Becky asks Lyra to shake her hand. Lyra attempts to shake her hand. Becky tries to swing on her with a right hand. Lyra counters her and slams her. So Bailey comes out for the tag team match that she has with she's teaming up with Lyra against the Judgment Day, which is what's her name? Not Raquel. Yeah, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, right? Listen, man. Bailey comes out and she gets absolutely no pop at all from the crowd, bro. When Bailey came out, guys, the crowd was absolutely dead. They didn't cheer her. They didn't boo her. They just literally gave no reaction. And this goes to show that at this point in Bailey's WWE career, she needs to leave the WWE and go to AEW, because Triple H has been booking her to lose for almost 2 years straight. Ever since she came back from that injury that she had that caused her to miss WrestleMania, she hasn't won any matches, y'all. Not one. And this is sad, man. So anyway, the crowd cheers for Dirty Dom during the whole match, which I thought was hilarious. Dirty Dom, Dirty Dom. Bailey was getting a lot of boos from the crowd, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you haven't won a match in almost 2 years, you can't blame the fans, bro. Bailey at this point is a loser. You know, Raquel accidentally kicks Dom in the face. Becky Lynch, like I predicted, Becky Lynch came back and attacked Lyra outside of the ring. Throws her into the stairs. Raquel hits the Tejada bomb on Bailey. And Bailey loses for like the 50th time straight, right? So Triple H has just completely buried Bailey's WWE career. And I'm expecting Bailey to get released soon, y'all. I really am. Whenever her contract is up, she's not coming back to WWE. Anyway, next we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn has a midsection injury with bandages, just like Jey Uso did when he got tsunami slammed, right? So anyway, Kross hits Sami on the ribs with a steel pipe that his girlfriend gave him outside of the ring. And he wins a match, man. Congratulations to Karrion Kross for winning his first match in 3 years, man. It's about goddamn time, bruh. Backstage, Dom officially gets cleared to challenge AJ Styles for his title at SummerSlam. He also attacks AJ Styles backstage. So finally we can get that match, man. Next we got Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, man. I could not stop looking at Stephanie Vaquer's ass this whole match, bro. Stephanie Vaquer, in my opinion, I think she is the most beautiful woman in WWE history. I've never seen a woman. And you know what? It's because she's natural, bro. Like Trish Stratus is pretty as well, but she's had a shit ton of surgery, right? Like most of these wrestlers like Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, all of these bitches have had a whole bunch of surgery and Botox. Stephanie Vaquer is a natural, beautiful, Chile Hispanic woman, bro. She got a fat ass, pretty face. You know what I'm saying? Her wrestling attire is always fly. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stephanie Vaquer, bro. Stephanie counters Io's finisher and slams her backwards for the turnbuckle. Stephanie almost botched this move, and she could have broke Io Sky's neck, bro. So thank God Io Sky was okay. Chelsea Green interrupts the match and attacks Stephanie. Io Sky helps Stephanie and beats up Alba Fire, Chelsea, and Piper Niven. Then Naomi comes out of nowhere, which is surprising, and attacks Io, and then Stephanie tries to help Io, and then Rhea Ripley comes out, gives Piper Niven the big boot as she's running into the ring. Then she runs in the ring and does her finisher on Naomi. Rhea Ripley then ripties Chelsea Green. And I'm going to be honest, man, this interruption, it pretty much ruined a phenomenal match between Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer. And this is the second time in a row that Triple H has booked Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer just for the match to be interrupted, bro. Just give us Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer, or don't book it at all. Don't book it at all, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's gonna happen in Paris. I don't care, bro. This is the same thing that happened at Evolution with the title shot between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. The match was interrupted, bro. And it just goes to show that Triple H is just, he has no creative ideas, bro. He books the same thing over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? So up next, we got Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns is back again. This is his second appearance since he returned last week. Paul Heyman comes out first with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Paul says that he has a lot of things to get off his chest. And then Roman Reigns comes out. He interrupts Paul Heyman while he's talking. The whole crowd chants OTC. So Paul Heyman can't even talk without getting interrupted. He keeps talking and stopping. Paul eventually says that he doesn't want to be rude, and he says that Seth Rollins will be out for a very long time. Paul says that this means that he and Roman Reigns can fix their problems, And Paul says that Roman knows that they are better together. And then he says some Diddy shit. He says, I love you, my tribal chief. So we know that Paul Heyman was at them Diddy parties, right? So anyway, Roman tells Houston, acknowledge me, right? And then this is funny because when he said that, Paul Heyman put his finger up in the air. So Roman tells Paul that he's not a wise man anymore. He's just a dumbass. He says that he tells Braun Breaker that when he's the man in a few years, Paul will turn on him and take credit for his success. Roman says that he's still the tribal chief because the fans still acknowledge him. He says the Usos and Solo helped him be champion for 4 years, not Paul Heyman, right? He said even Sami Zayn helped him to remain champion as long as he did. Braun tries to pretty much rush Roman, and Roman tells Braun Breaker, I ain't gonna tell you to back up again, son. So then Roman blames Paul Heyman for ruining the bloodline. Braun Breaker takes the mic, and we all know what happens when Braun Breaker takes the mic and tries to cut a promo. He gets very nervous and his voice starts cracking, right? But he actually cut a solid promo, man. So shout out to Braun Breaker for, working on getting better on the mic, man. You can only get better at something that you put effort into, right? So Braun tells Roman, look around. We don't want you here anymore. He calls Roman Reigns yesterday's news, and he says that Paul won't stab him in the back because he holds value and Roman Reigns is worthless, which is cap. We all know that's cap. He's the most valuable, wrestler on the company next to Jey Uso. Braun says that he's the man now and he's the big dog. Woo, 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 woo. Then he tells Roman to do what he does best and leave. Roman then Superman punches Braun. Then he attacks Bronson Reed. He has him up on the ropes. He's punching Bronson Reed. But then Braun Breaker pretty much spears Roman. Bronson Reed goes for the tsunami slam, but Jey Uso comes out. Jey Uso runs into the ring. Samoan kicks Reed and Braun. Jey and Roman spear Braun and Bronson at the same time, which I thought was awesome. And that was pretty much the end of this episode of Raw. If I were to rate this out of a 10, I would give this episode of Raw, I would give it a solid 6.5. Listen, the best part of last night was definitely EU Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. But I can't give that match full credit because it was interrupted for the second time in a row. If you have a good match, bro, just let them finish the match. We all know that EU Sky should win the match because Stephanie Vaquer just moved up from NXT. You understand what I'm saying? Sheamus versus Rusev, it was also a solid match. I just felt like the match was too long. That was my only critique of it. It just went on way too long. And it was obvious because there weren't that many matches last night. That's why they made that match go on for as long as it did, right? Other than that, man, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross was trash. Listen, man, I don't care for Sami Zayn. I don't care for Karrion Kross. I am happy that Karrion Kross finally had a match. It's about goddamn time because I just didn't get how he didn't get released from the company yet. But yeah, man, the Roman Reigns segment was awesome though, bro. I think that was the second best part of the show. So that's why I would give this episode a 6.5. But anyway, it's your boy Wavy. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm out.